Welcome to the Tristan channel, your gateway to a world of fascinating subjects ranging from folklore, history, sci-fi, and the paranormal to film entertainment. Here we explore all kinds of captivating topics that will leave you intrigued and eager for more. Delve into the depths of ancient myths and legends, unravel the secrets of historical events, immerse yourself in the realms of imagination with sci-fi wonders, and explore the unexplained mysteries of the paranormal. Join us on this exciting journey, where we bring you the best of folklore, history, sci-fi, and the supernatural, all wrapped up in the enchantment of film entertainment. Stay tuned for enlightening discussions, thrilling narratives, and endless possibilities as we unravel the unknown together. This is the Tristan channel, your doorway to a world beyond imagination.
When Zeus roars, "Release the Kraken!" in Clash of the Titans, audiences cheer. But there's one small problem. The Kraken was never Greek at all. When most people hear the name Kraken, they picture a giant sea monster from Greek mythology, perhaps the terrifying beast unleashed by the gods in films such as The Clash of the Titans. Popular culture has firmly linked the Kraken, or Kraken, whatever you want to pronounce it, to ancient Greece, heroic quests, and the age of Perseus. There is just one slight problem. The Kraken was never a creature of a Greek mythology. In fact, the Kraken originated in the folklore of Scandinavia, particularly Norway and Iceland. It belongs to the traditions of Norse seafarers and fishermen who sailed some of the most dangerous waters in the world. The creature's true history is far more fascinating than the Hollywood version, and reveals how myths evolve as they pass through different cultures and generations. The real origins of the Kraken. The Kraken first appears in Scandinavian folklore during the medieval and early modern periods. Unlike many mythological creatures whose origins are lost in prehistory, the Kraken is relatively well documented. Norwegian sailors described an enormous creature living beneath the sea, so vast that it could easily be mistaken for an island. According to legend, unsuspecting sailors would anchor their ships upon what they believed was solid land, only to discover, too late, that the island was actually a living monster. When the Kraken submerged, it would create a massive whirlpools capable of dragging ships and crews into the depth. Wormholes. Stories of the creature were passed down among generations of fishermen who worked the cold waters of the North Atlantic. These tales reflected both the dangers of the sea and humanity's tendency to explain the unknown through myth. Descriptions of the beast. The Kraken was often described as a colossal cephalopod-like creature possessing enormous tentacles, capable of wrapping around ships. Some accounts claimed it was miles across. Others suggested it was large enough to darken the sea around it for vast distances. One 18th century description by the Norwegian bishop and naturalist Eric Pontoppidan portrayed the Kraken as one of the largest creatures imaginable, capable of being mistaken for a floating island. Oh, pardon me. The creature's appearance varies between stories, but many descriptions bear a striking resemblance to what we now know as a giant and colossal squid. This has led some researchers to speculate that sightings of unusual large squid may have contributed to the legend. The sea as a source of monsters. To understand the Kraken, we must remember the world in which these stories emerged. The medieval and early modern seas were mysterious and frightening places. Vast stretches of ocean remained unexplored. Sailors regularly encountered storms, rogue waves, strange marine animals, and dangerous currents. Without modern science, many of these phenomena seemed supernatural. The Kraken became a symbol of the sea's unpredictable power. It represented the dangers lurking beyond human understanding, and served as a reminder that nature could overwhelm even the bravest sailors. The Kraken and Norse culture. Although the Kraken is not mentioned in the surviving Norse myths involving Odin, Thor, or Loki, it emerged from the same cultural environment that produced those stories. The people of Scandinavia were deeply connected to the sea. Their livelihoods depended upon fishing, trade, and exploration. The ocean was both a source of wealth and a place of constant danger. The Kraken reflects this relationship. Unlike dragons guarding treasure or giants threatening the gods, the Kraken embodies the fear of the unknown waters that surround the Norse world. For sailors, the creature was not simply a monster. It was a warning about the respect that must be shown to the sea. The Hollywood mistake. So how did a Scandinavian sea monster become associated with Greek mythology? The answer lies largely with modern adaptations of the Perseus legend. In Greek mythology, Perseus rescues the princess Andromeda from a sea monster sent by the god Poseidon. However, the original Greek sources never call this creature the Kraken. The monster is usually referred to simply as sea beast, or by the Greek term Ketos, a word used for various large sea monsters. Everything changed in 1981 with the film Clash of the Titans. The filmmakers replaced the original Greek monster with the far more recognisable Kraken. The now famous command, "Release the Kraken!" became one of the most memorable moments in fantasy cinema. The decision made dramatic sense for audiences, but it was historically inaccurate. The Kraken belongs to Scandinavian folklore, not Greek mythology. When the 2010 remake repeated the idea, the misconception became even more widespread. Millions of viewers came to believe that the Kraken was part of the original Perseus myth. In reality, it was a modern substitution. The influence of the giant squid. One reason the Kraken has endured is that reality turned out to be almost as incredible as the legend. For centuries, giant squid were considered little more than sailors' tales. Very few people had seen one, and physical evidence was rare. Today we know that giant squid and giant colossal squid are real creatures inhabiting the deep ocean. While they are nowhere near the size described in the Kraken legends, their existence demonstrates how encounters with unusual marine life can inspire extraordinary stories. The discovery of these animals reminds us that myths often contain a grain of truth hidden beneath layers of exaggeration and imagination. The Kraken in popular culture, the Kraken remains one of the most recognizable sea monsters in the world. It appears in films, novels, video games, and fantasy artwork. Modern depictions usually portray it as a giant squid or octopus capable of destroying entire fleets. It's also a famous rum. Although these portrayals often depart from traditional Scandinavian folklore, they keep the legend alive for new generations. The Kraken has become a symbol of the unknown depths, representing humanity's fascination with what lies beneath the surface of the world. Conclusion. The Kraken is one of mythology's greatest travellers. Born from the cold waters of Scandinavian folklore, it journeyed across centuries of storytelling before finding a new home in modern fantasy and Hollywood cinema. Yet despite popular belief, the Kraken was never a creature of Greek mythology. The monster that threatened Andromeda in the original Perseus myth was a different beast entirely. The real Kraken belongs to the sailors, fishermen and storytellers of Norway and Iceland, and it is a creature born from stormy seas, unexplored waters, and humanity's enduring fear of the unknown. Perhaps that is why the legend remains so powerful today. The Kraken reminds us that even in an age of satellites and deep sea exploration, there is still something captivating about the mysteries that lurk beneath the waves. Whether viewed as folklore, symbolism, or a distant echo of encounters with a giant squid, the Kraken continues to rise from the depths of imagination, proving that some monsters never truly sink beneath the sea. If you liked this video or found it insightful, hit the like, and if you're new to the channel, then please do subscribe. It'll be great to have you with us. So until next time, take care and be well.